Less said about the first 45 minutes, the better probably, but certainly from my end. But after that, I think, look, credit to us for bowling them out for what we did, and then I thought the way the batters applied themselves for the rest of the day was exceptional. Even Rob and Gareth there, that last 10 overs looked really tricky. It just started to look like it might have misbehaved a little bit. So for them to get through the day is really crucial for us and gives us a platform tomorrow morning.
You mentioned the start. It wasn't what you would have hoped for. You won the toss, you put them in, yourself coming back from injury, struggled a little bit in your first spell. They were 73 without a loss, Ken. But you changed ends, picked up a wicket straight away, and from then on, it was a different game completely.
Yeah, look, it was just full of rust, wasn't it? The first 4 overs, I don't think I can ever remember bowling quite as badly. Certainly not in the recent past. But yeah, kind of had a little word myself, got myself to the other end, and it's really funny how the game works. I think bowled at Canterbury early on in the year, and I reckon I bowled 20 overs before I'd gone for 24. And then this game, you bowl and only ended up with 1 or 2 wickets. Just today, you flip it on your head and you get your rewards for the work you put in over a period of time, I suppose. So, yeah, obviously very happy with the end figures. Yeah, interesting day.
Interesting that you changed ends. I've seen you mainly bowl over the years from the Diglis end, moved to the New Road end, got your reward straight away, and it seemed throughout the day there was a bit more happening from the New Road end.
Yeah, I think the wind was obviously coming kind of over the marquee, so it kind of aided swinging the ball away from the New Road end today. That's not always necessarily the case, so being able to do that gives you just a bit more margin for error, got a bit more movement through the air, and I think actually we've spoken a little bit, we felt like the heavy roller that was used kind of at 10 o'clock this morning might have started to wear off a bit, and as the grass stood up a bit more, the ball just seemed to do a little bit more, and I think it's probably actually happened again this evening as the heavy roller wore off that we used. It feels like it's just done a little bit more as the innings progress, which is probably not typical with what you'd expect of a red ball game.
You ended up with your second best ever career figures, not a bad effort coming back from injury. You were backed up by some really good catching as well.
Yeah, I thought the catching actually was exceptional, and I feel like I must say, I thought Tommy Taylor and James in particular they bowled really well as well. Tommy especially, I think he probably deserved 3 or 4 5 for on another day, and hopefully maybe even second innings he gets them. I thought, especially given the way the ball was disappearing around the park in that first hour and a half, I thought the way he bowled kind of kept us in the game. If 2 people would have gone at any one time, that could have been really ugly. So for him to do that was all credit to him.
Mention specifically as well for Gareth Roderick, playing every game this season so far, kept wicket all day, went out, batted right through to the end of the day. Tremendous effort from him.
Yeah, exceptional effort. He seems to thrive. The more responsibilities that's put onto him, he seems to thrive off that. And yeah, I thought the way he batted, the way he took control with Jake at the start of the innings, and then as I've already mentioned, those last 10 overs to get us through the day 2 down puts us in a really nice position tomorrow.
The plan presumably tomorrow is a nice solid start, get ahead, and then in what it looks like be a fairly low scoring game, a lead of 60, 70, maybe even 100 would be exceptional.
Yeah, I think it would. You know me, I don't like to trot out too many cliches, Frank, but I think it is really important that we reassert ourselves in the morning, that first half an hour, 45 minutes. If we can do that, that sets up the rest of the game really nicely. But obviously, as we've seen throughout, the Kent innings in particular, wickets can go in a cluster, and I think we've got to be really mindful of that.
Well, thanks very much for your time, Joe. Congratulations on a great performance, and that wraps it up here at New Road after day 1 of the game between Worcestershire and Kent.